All right, so this brush pile right here is in about 10 feet of water. Same analogy applies. The most active crappie in this brush pile are going to be near the top of the brush pile. So let's say this brush pile is in 10 feet of water. So what you're going to do, generally for me, I'm going to run about a 1/16 or a 1/32, whichever one that you prefer to do. Okay, right now I'm running the Silver Stallion. So I back away from this brush pile, okay, and I throw past this brush pile. Boom! Okay, if I know this is in 10 feet of water and I'm running a 1/16 and I need that jig to get down there to about 7 feet, okay, I throw past that brush pile, 1/1000, 2/1000, 3/1000. Okay, from there, I start reeling very slowly, with that tip at about 11 o'clock. Okay, with that tip at about 11 o'clock. Now remember this now, you're running those nasty bend hooks and you're also running those diesel built hooks. Okay, so it doesn't take a sporadic jerk. You don't have to do all that. Okay, all it takes is just you raising the pole. So that's why I have that pole at about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Okay, so I'm reeling when as soon. Remember, this is my Cam Silver Stallion. This is the best rod and reel that I make. Okay, it's an extension of your arm. So anything that goes on a bump, you can feel it on the other end of that line. Because look, you got full EVA split grip, so you feel anything that bumps your jig on the other end because of this carbon fiber rod. They're very, very sensitive. So you're reeling. When you feel that jerk, bring it up to 12 o'clock. That's all you have to do. Reel, bring it up to 12 o'clock. The most important thing for you to do is to raise that rod tip up to 12 o'clock. That's going to drive that hook. That's going to drive that hook right through that crappie's mouth and into bone. So when that diesel built or that nasty bend hook penetrates through bone, that crappie is not coming off. Okay? Let me turn this chair around real quick. Let me tell you guys this. I want to make sure I got you just right. I think I do. I sit back and I watch on YouTube all the time you guys lose fish. I watch it all the time. I watch. Okay, on this one, I got the red, black, and chartreuse with that hologram flake in there, and that's that diesel built hook again. You see that? This jig is used. The diesel built hook is used, and still look how sharp it is. I don't go on the water with the same jig, diesel built hook or nasty built hook twice. I always cut and retie and put brand new on there every single time. Okay, and look, this is used. Been on this since fall. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just starting to bring out my rod and reels, get everything re-spooled, and put brand new colors on there, brand new plastics. I never use the same plastic twice. Okay, this is how I roll. You may roll differently. Okay, now I sit back and I watch on YouTube a lot how you guys lose fish. And I heard somebody on one of the YouTube channels say, I wonder why nobody has created a super sharp crappie hook. They ain't seen the diesel built hook. They haven't seen that nasty bend hook. As soon as I get finished filming this segment, I'm on the water. I'm anticipating a bite between now and this coming Saturday, the weekend. I'm telling you, I'm always the first one at the door when the crappie pre-spawn, when the crappie start biting. Guys, right now you can be a fisherman that's fished 3 days and you can get out there and clean up on crappie right now. This is the easiest time of the year to catch crappie. So get out there, get you some gear, okay? This is a crappie rod and reel. It's designed specifically to catch crappie, bluegill, and shellcracker, panfish, even trout, okay? It's an ultralight. Don't go to the big box store and just accept what they got. These big clunky saltwater reels, you're getting out there catching panfish that are 12 inches long and you got a bait caster. You don't need that. 90% of you guys think there's only, as long as it's a reel, as long as it's a rod, you think you're ready to go. No, it's not like that. Guys, we specialize. We're trying to revamp the entire crappie market. That's what we do. We fish for crappie 8 days a week, 25 hours a day. This is what we do. So much so that we created our own rod and reels, okay? And by the way, let me say this while I got you guys here. All of my rods are counterbalanced just like this. This reel was made for this rod. Okay, I just didn't go to the store and pick up a reel and just put it, no. We know the exact counterweight of this reel that it balances this rod. So if you're on the water throwing 300 or 400 times casting, guess what that means for you? It's easy on your arm because it's super light. my rod by itself is equivalent to 2 pair of household scissors. That's how light this carbon fiber rod is. Okay, this is the best reel that I make. It's 11 ball bearing reel. This is the best. It's silky smooth. 6-pound drag. You got a Fuji reel seat. Okay, surefire bail, titanium guts in the inside. Now this is my signature series. This is the best. Okay, so I just happened to grab this rod. I love the Silver Stallion though. This is one of my favorites. Everything that you need to take a look at, listen, just go to the store right down beneath their description and just sit back and get you a Coke, get you a cup of coffee, and just read about it. All the details are in there. Listen, I kind of got way too far in the weeds, but I want to mention this to you guys. It's important for me to tell you this. My channel is somewhat different because I try to illustrate, hopefully I cover something that you guys can pick up and put in your pocket and take home and help you become a better angler, a crappie angler. If you ask me how to catch catfish, I can't tell you. You ask me how to catch bass, I'm not interested. Crappie is what we chase. When the shell crackers, aka red ears, start biting, I leave crappie alone. When the big bull bluegills start biting, I leave crappie alone. I'm all about panfish. I love pound per pound. Those shell crackers and those bluegills fight very, very hard. And that same rod that you use for crappie, same rod that you're going to use to catch those shell crackers and big bluegill. Guys, I've been doing this for too long. We've been powering up now for 11 years. 11 years. Also, I want to mention this to you before I get back to that brush pile. When you guys show love and you support me, I help feed children around different continents. I've been doing that for 11 years now. I'm up to about 17 kids, actually about 15. Okay, so part of the proceeds that you use, why we created these rods, why we created these reels, why we created these plastics, kids should not go hungry. Kids from 12 and under, they shouldn't. Okay, so I help feed. A lot of your proceeds goes to help feed kids in different international countries. So I wanted to tell you guys that. Okay, you can see the brush pile behind me. Also, I want to slip in this real quick for you guys so you know. These brush piles, I've been compiling them. They're only going to be here for a little while because we're getting ready to fry some crappie. That's why we're going to do a bonfire, and that's why I have that wood back there right now. So we're going to fry some crappie. I'm going to film it so you guys can see it. We're going to fry them with some 70-year-old cast iron pans that were passed down from my grandmother, from my grandmother to my mother to me. Okay, and we're going to fry these crappie right here by the lake, and they come out of this lake. I fish the second largest private lake in the state of Georgia. Okay, and all of the lake community, they say, Cam, we watching your videos, we see your videos. Stop throwing them fish back. Those crappie got to come out of there. So it's my job to help take some of these crappie out of this lake so you guys will be able to see me. And if you need to know how to fillet crappie, look, I got a video for that. I got over 2,200 videos on my YouTube channel, guys. Sit down, you know, get you a cup of coffee, pull your socks all the way up, and just take a look. I'm documenting. I've been doing this a long time. Okay, so I mentioned to you about casting and retrieving. Remember, cast past that brush pile and slowly bring that jig back across that brush pile, and you'll feel that single thump. If you feel a head shake like this, brrr, that's not a crappie. That's either a fingerling bass or it's a bluegill, small bluegill that's biting your jig. He may grab the tail, okay? If you feel a one single thump, that's a crappie. Okay, the most important thing I can tell you guys right now, when you're rolling into February, middle of February, depending on geographically where you're located in the March, pre-spawn, slow that jig down. Remember, the crappie are going to be in the shallows. So when you cast, make sure you have that rod tip at about 10, 11 o'clock, okay, while it hits the shallows. But as you get close towards the boat, you drop that rod tip. Watch my technique on some of my videos and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, let's cover some colors, what I'll be using, okay? Before I get ready to close out, I want to show you some colors of that, of the 100 packs that you can buy. We got something new. And remember, everything's down in the description. Well, Cam, I can't decide whether I want that fireball red curly tail or whether I want the fireball red curly tail. I can't decide. Listen, we split them. Look at here. On the top table for your mom and pops. If you don't need that many pieces, look, here's 5,000 pieces that Firetail Blaze. Listen, all I did was pick out a few colors. I got so much, guys. You got to go by the website, Cam's Crappie Hole. You'll see it right down there. And also at the top, hooks to get 10% off your entire cart. Listen to this. Whether you want a 100 pack or whether you want a 35 pack, it's up to you. That's that Fireball Red. That's that red, black, and chartreuse with that hologram flake in it. Look, This is that Firetail Blaze with that hologram flake in it. I just released these last month. Matter of fact, the Fireball Blue isn't available yet. You can only buy the Fireball Blue. That's 5,000 pieces. This is 5,000 pieces. You can only buy the Fireball Blue in the split pack. These are my split packs. These are brand new, guys. I just released these last month. And what's new, as of right now, as a matter of fact, they're so new, they're not even on the website. But you can get them in the hyperlink right below. Look, that red, black, and chartreuse coupled with that monkey milk and chartreuse. Monkey milk is the #1 color for catching crappie. Look at that. You get 100 pieces. 50 of the red, black, and chartreuse. 50 of the monkey milk and chartreuse. We're the only one that carries that monkey milk and chartreuse and the curly tail. Or, hey, listen, if the monkey milk and chartreuse ain't doing it for you, I got one other split pack. Okay, red, black, and chartreuse. Look at this. Blue, black, and chartreuse. Hologram flake. All right. So, right below here, right below the video in the description, you'll see the hyperlink. Okay, just click it, put it in your cart, and check out. That's all it takes. Okay? Whether you use Google Pay, Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, PayPal, what else I got? Listen, I even got my own finance company. Shop Pay or Afterpay. Shop Pay, I'll give you, once I get to know you real good, I'll lend you up to $100,000 and you make payments on it. Okay, with no interest. Okay, these two right here aren't good enough for you. Look, Fireball Red, Fireball Blue, and a curly tail. 100 pack. We'll split them. We ain't never done this before. Look at that hologram flake in there. Okay, look, black and chartreuse, monkey milk and chartreuse. Right below here, listen, I realize I'm giving you guys a drink of water with a fire hose. Right below the video, just read about it. Do all your D&D, your due diligence. Look at this. Those of you guys want the stinger shad, red, black, and chartreuse, monkey milk and chartreuse. Okay, if you're vertical jigging or you're casting and retrieving, one of my buddies whipped my butt. Can I say that in a family-friendly environment? I don't know if I can say that or not. Anyway, he was throwing the straight tail. Look at this. Black and chartreuse, stinger shad, monkey milk and chartreuse, stinger shad, 100 piece. We'll split for you. Free shipping, $45 or more. So if you buy this pack, it's free shipping. Plus you get 10% off. Okay? Plus you get 10% off. Look, that's that red, black, and chartreuse. Look, that's that blue, black, and chartreuse with that red, black, and chartreuse. Or the monkey milk. Look at this. Guys, this is our #1 seller now for 11 years running. Red, black, and chartreuse. So much we sold out over 250,000 pieces in 7 months. Get yours right now, guys. The crappie are going to be at their easiest to catch right now. Whether you want the Firetail Blaze or whether you want the Stinger Shad. Okay, listen. Let's bypass that for a minute. Those are the plastics. This is that diesel built hook. Chartreuse. Look at that diesel built hook. Well, Cam, why do I need that diesel built hook? Let me show it to you. Use your own eyes. This is what you and I grew up off of, right? Look at that. That's a 1/16. Look at that little nub sticking out of there. Are you going to trust a 15-inch crappie, a wall hanger to this little nub right there? Are you going to trust that? Look at that diesel built hook. Look at that. Look at that diesel built hook. You see the difference? All of these are 1/16. But look at that diesel built hook. Once it hooked, it ain't coming out. That's it. Look at that little nub. A lot of you guys, I laugh at y'all on YouTube because you're still using this little boy hook. Guys, you graduated from that. Let me see if I can put it in shade so you can see it real good. Let me show it to you. Look at the diesel built. Look at that diesel built hook. Okay? Whether you want unpainted or whether you want that hot pink, whether you want the grape, the candy apple red, the chartreuse, the white. I just brought out a few colors. Look, John Deere green, glossy black, orange, bright orange, muddy water, hot pink, muddy water. Or you just want non-painted. I got you covered. 1/32, 1/16, or 1/8. I got you covered. All right? Look, I just brought this out. You just saw it in the 5,000 pieces, right? Fireball Red and Stinger Shad, Fireball Blue. You remember, I'm not releasing that till the end of March, but you can get it in a split pack. Look at this. Look at that. Split pack. Okay, 100 pieces. We'll do all the labor. Okay, so with every major purchase, look, you get a discount card on your next purchase, 10% off. Hooks. You remember I was just telling you about that. 10% off, plus free shipping, anything $45 or more. And you get this trifold brochure, Cam's Crappie Hole. Okay, so you can take a look at what we offer. What else? Look at that. Look at that motor oil. Look at that motor oil. Look at the orange crush. Look, 2-in-1 kit. Nasty bin hooks, plus you get curly tail in our kit. Everything you need. Guys, that's because we specialize in catching crappie. In every major purchase, you get this free. Okay? Free shipping, 10% off with the code. Guys, we're ready to ship today. Okay? Listen, I realize this video has been long. Whether you're mom and pop, whether you want 5,000 pieces, curly tail or stinger shad, or whether you want 30,000 pieces, I can do a special run for you. Okay, guys, that's almost 250,000 pieces right there. Okay, we don't sit around and just do little bits and pieces. We do major runs. A lot of you guys are using my plastics right now. You just don't know it. They're packaged different. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, super soft, exotic, soft plastics, and everything gets a liberal dose of mineral oil to help keep that vibrant color. Matter of fact, let me show you this. Look at that red. I brightened the red up on it. Look at that hologram flake. Okay, I brightened the red up on it. I made it brighter. Remember, if crappie can't see it, they can't bite it. If they can't see it, they can't bite it. You couple that with that diesel built hook. Look at that. Look at that hook. Look at that hook. Look at that hook. I'll catch 8-inch crappie all the way up to 19 3/4 with this diesel built hook. Guys, don't look no further. I have the sharpest hook in the world for crappie. Okay, 1/8, 1/32, 1/16. You choose which one that you want. Really, you need all of them in your tackle box, because remember that old saying you heard me say? It's always better to have and not need than to need and not have. Look at that hologram flake in there. Guys, anyway, let me get off. I got to get ready to hit the water. I'm headed out right now. Listen, until next time, keep those hooks wet. Keep those lines tight. This is your boy Cam at Cam's Crappie Hole YouTube Fishing, and we'll see you on the next turn. Yank!